All right, Terrence Crawford petitions for the WBO strap, the vacant WBO strap that got stripped from Jermell Charlo. So he petitions to fight Ismail Magnumov for the WBO strap. A lot of people are not understanding this. They're saying, well, why is he doing that? This is not a big money fight. Blase split. I hear what people are saying out there, but they don't understand Terrence Crawford's situation, and it's very smart and it's very strategic. I'm going to break down why. Number one, it's no secret that Terrence Crawford is being blackballed at every corner. People from across the street and even Ray Charles can even see this. This is no secret. So the reason why he's pursuing the straps is because the straps is what gives you power. It's the only thing that gives him leverage, which is why he will not relinquish the belts at 147, because that's the only power that they have. He's not with a promotional company. You know what I'm saying? He's not up under anybody. And he's still having a hard time getting the fights that he's supposed to have, even at this late stage in the game. So the only thing that he can do to gain leverage, since everybody's trying to block him, is get his hands on the belt. Because all that's going to do, especially if Jermell still wants that belt and still wants to be looked at as undisputed, it forces Jermell to have to look Terrence Crawford dead in the face. And it presses a fight between those two if he still wants to be the undisputed or the man at 154. So it's very simple. Terrence Crawford needs those straps, because without straps, he has no leverage, and it allows them to do everything that they want to do with him, which is absolutely nothing, which is keep him out to sea, keep him at bay, keep him away from people that can really break through and, you know, trailblaze his career. So we already know what's happening. So the only way that he can do that is to get his hands on the strap, the same way he did with Jeff Horn, to put himself in a position to force a fight with Errol Spence that he didn't want. He's now doing the same thing with Jermell Charlo, and Jermell knows that. This is why Jermell went right behind him and petitioned to fight for that strap as well, because he doesn't want to see Terrence Crawford at the end of the day. That's really what it's about. All this is because somebody is scared. Now, Charlo should be on the same thing that Crawford is on. Charlo should also be looking for the big money fights. You know, you done did everything that there is to do. The only thing left is to capitalize off your name and what you have done. Okay, if Terrence Crawford can go over there and get that strap, you know, that forces, if Jermell still wants to be the man at 154, you're going to have to go see Crawford. And that's exactly what he wants. And that's exactly what they don't want to happen. All this petitioning and stuff right behind Crawford, this some scared stuff. So you had one dude who said that right after I fight Canelo, I'm going to go with Terrence Crawford. Then you had Errol Spence over here who's supposed to be doing a rematch with Terrence Crawford, and he don't want to speak nothing of it. So you got Charlo on one end and Errol Spence on another end, both scared of Terrence Bud Crawford still. All this is the result of being the authentic and true boogeyman. That's all this is, okay? This is people shaking in their boots because of the boogeyman. Nothing more, nothing less. If you can't understand it, I can't understand why you can't understand it. Because it's very simple. See, y'all happy to see Crawford block. Y'all happy to see Crawford not get this fight. Y'all happy to see Crawford not get that fight. And when he's doing what he needs to do to put himself in a position to where that stuff don't affect him, now y'all got a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? It's just amazing to me. The amount of hate. I mean, it's just totally unreal. How could you ever talk about you want to see boxing be great again and boxing be this and boxing be that, when we have one of the most polarizing figures in boxing, pound for pound fighter, the most dangerous man, the most avoided man in boxing, and he has a hard time getting fights? How could boxing, or how could we look at boxing as ever being great if the greatest fighters don't get the opportunities? The people that's least talented are the ones who get the most opportunities in boxing. That is ass backwards. I understand to a certain degree it's business, but at the same time, when business starts to destroy the structure of boxing, which it is built on, then what the hell are you doing? So we can look at people holding the best, or people at the top of the sport are not really the people at the top of the sport. Those are the people who they feel comfortable enough to give fights to because they see flaws in their game. So therefore, they can get people who going to work with them. They can get people to make matches with them. But when you a threat like Terrence Bud Crawford, the same way that Marvin Hagler was, you're going to have a hard time getting fights. But that's all it is at the end of the day. Anybody saying otherwise is just full of shit, and they full of haterade. And you should be able to see that the moment that you click on their video and listen to what they saying. You can hear the hatred in their voice when they talking about this dude. You can hear it. But if you listen to what they saying, it doesn't fucking make sense. Okay? Belts is the only thing that gives Crawford his leverage in these situations. Without these belts, they're going to ragdoll him and try to treat him any old kind of way, which they've been doing this entire time. Okay? So to me, it makes total sense, you know, and I hope he does go ahead and get that fight, because like I said before, Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford was never the fight that I wanted to see. I've been saying this for some years now. It's never the fight I wanted to see. I wanted to see two of my favorite fighters, which is Jermell Charlo and Terrence Crawford, go at it. Okay? That's always what I wanted to see. To me, that was my Errol Spence Terrence Crawford fight. That's what let me know that Terrence Crawford was on an elite level. You know, that's always been the fight. Errol Spence has never been the ceiling. I've been seen through him. It wasn't no mystery that he couldn't beat Terrence Bud Crawford. You know what I'm saying? It was only a mystery to the fanboys and the knee pad wearers, but not for somebody like me. You know, so in the end, if this brings us closer to a Jermell Charlo versus Crawford fight, I can't wait, because the press conference is going to be crazy. That stuff is going to be crazy. You know, if they care to promote it right. But that stuff is going to be crazy. But that's the fight that I've always wanted to see. And I hope I can get it. If we ain't going to get no Errol Spence rematch, then the only thing is to match Crawford up against freakish opposition and stuff like that, because there's nothing left. But the stuff that Charlo's doing, it's only because he's scared, and they don't want Crawford to tear down PBC more than he's already has done it, because he ripped a hole in their damn ship, and they've been limping on ever since. That's just the truth. Like, comment, subscribe. Bruce Vane, I'm out.